the fact that she even had the audacity to call me and ask, hi, am I speaking to so and so? And I was like, yeah. And mind you, this is like around 7 a.m. I'm like, is there a problem? And she's like, yeah, Fulani told me to tell you that you should not call this number again. And I'm like,
girl, what's going on?
hey everyone, we meet again. So as per the title of this video, this is going to be some clown shit that happened some time back, and generally speaking, it took me a long time to actually forgive myself what I went through, because it was not easy, but at the same time it's like the red flags were there, but I tell them, you always nilikosea heshima, you know. And I hope y'all will laugh and also you'd learn something, because it was one epic roller coaster ride. Anyway, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So let's take it way back to life after Form 4, throughout to getting to campus na kwenda na masomo until I was technically done. So for the non-Kenyans who are watching this, after your 4 years in high school, you end up doing a national exam, which is the Kenya Certificate for Secondary Education, similar to, I think, is it JAM in Nigeria, or the WAEC exams, either between the two. So ni ile time ya unamaliza exams, unakaa a long time at home mpaka unasahau ulifanya mtihani, then that's when you get your results, the results being announced around March. So I technically stayed at my auntie's after after the exams till the end of November. Life was good. Police, rushing for preps and everything, nothing. Life was okay. And a little backstory to why I'm starting this. The person in question in this story was a colleague to a very prolific DJ in this country. He used to come to our school for a certain function known as Talent Day. And I never talked to him that much until we moved Form 3. And we're a bunch of good people. Like, hey, what's up, new Nongani? Like, do you want a music, request or anything? And at that time, they used to have boys' schools that come to our school for that function, like the likes of Pioneer, Brookshine, and Sunshine. Higher Form 3, we talked like casually. For 4, nikapewa number, takata, no. And at that time, obviously, you're not gonna talk to people because your phone, access is limited to your kusoma. So I got my phone after I was done with my exams, and we started talking. Things were okay, just casually. How it been? How was exams and everything? Nothing much. Okay, so I'm heading to a gig. Like, it was just the normal stuff. And at that time, WhatsApp ndo ni kama ilikuwa inaanza kushika, but not yet. And then I guys were still using Facebook. So the whole time at my auntie's, it was just catching cruise, soft life, dorime, and it was good. I liked it.
Everybody say yeah.
And then now December is when I had to get back home. I remember I traveled with my late dad, and it was the last flight of the day. Because it's Satano. Yes. Satano. So I got home, like I had to adjust myself now to life after Form 4. Like, we took our sour, then we started talking and everything. So like having like in-depth conversations, like, what's life after Form 4, what do you want to do in campus, your selections and everything. So me I was just busy enjoying life, because I was busy doing IIT. I think, what else did I do? I did something else. Then the fact that I'd now actually met friends who were still, met people who are still friends with till today at IIT is one thing I'm super grateful to God. Master shout out to Fidelia. I see you. So life was eventually good. So we still kept in contact and everything. It's like, yo, by the way, like, this is how it is. And I'm like, okay, what about the distance? Because I live in Mombasa, you're in Nairobi, you still have your, your gigs, whether it's corporate, whether it's at the club or everything. He's like, we'll find a way. Mimi nani, being the dumb clown that I am, nikakubali. So results zikatoka, I wasn't really happy with my grade. Nilidunga minimum entry grade ya kuingia campus, that was a C+. I wasn't happy, but my combinations is what really helped me what I, eventually got selected to doing as my second choice at where and what I wanted to do in, UON. Because eventually I'd applied for some universities, and I got called to UON as a self-sponsored student, and where as my second choice. Kasera si haba, nashukuru, but my folks didn't want me to go to UON because of that time the riots were really, really crazy, and they're like, nah, hatukubali, so where? Mind you, the application at that time, I did it on time, but I didn't get feedback till 2 weeks before I was supposed to report. So that time was still in contact around, April, May, June, everything was okay. I eventually went for my parents' giving day after the results were announced. I was supposed to meet up with him eventually, but things just got really out of hand and I could not control it. Akanikasirikia, mimi na tukakasirikiana, we blocked each other. Like, to hell, Mrs. Bembeleza mtu mzima, like, if you can't understand me, how do you expect us to move ahead from this? Then I think both of us just kind of calmed down and unblocked each other and said, oh, by the way, I'm really sorry, the approach you did. It's like, it's fine, I genuinely understand. It was not also in my, in my understanding kukukasirikia wewe as well. So it was okay, tukasonga mbele. Then there's a time eventually, I thought it was him who was calling. It was a chick who called using his number. He's like, hi, are you so and so? I'm like, yeah, ni mimi, when WhatsApp. She's like, rather, listen, I'm telling you for the first and last time, stop calling fulani. I'm like, nani mwenzangu, like, who are you? Like, the whole aspect of I'm coming to you as a woman. I was like, yo, system hata sikujui, sijai kukusikia ukitajwa, nothing. And mind you, he even claimed and swore to God that he didn't have someone in his life, like a significant other.
Really, nigga?
Like, alhamdulillah. Mambo gani haya? So after that, I nilijam. Like, what with the Americans and temper? Blocked. Moved almost 2 weeks. I was like, my life is good, like, to hell. So he eventually, like, got onto Facebook, and then he sent me a message like, yo, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to and everything. I was like, whatever. Shauri yako. Kula jeuri lako. Like, I could care less. He's like, why are you doing this to me? I'm like, I'm not doing this to you. It's the fact that you made me act like this. So why are you blaming me for this? So he just begged me I should unblock him. He come unblock, he called and everything, tried to apologize, but the damage has already been what? Been done. Tukanyamaziana. That's another red flag. Na nikaipuzilia. So we still kept in contact. There's a time we eventually, that argument was so bad. Looking back, I think it was one of my worst arguments I've had with somebody, genuinely speaking. And it continued for quite a while. And the last night we had the argument on phone is when, like, the next day the dad eventually passed. That guilt really killed me. I was like, yo, listen, my utmost apologies. I'm really acting out of line. He's like, yo, it's fine. Let me just sort out my mazishi. I'll catch up with them. Like, yeah, man, I'm really sorry for your loss and everything. And eventually, I think he came around. He's like, the same excuse. You do have the right to get angry. I'm like, why did you generally have to do that? Like, why ex wako anakuja kunipigia juu ya nini sasa? So eventually, his so-called ex was trying to, like, get a leg back, try to get back at him. And mind you, he said that She had eventually just gone to pick some stuff from she was to pick some stuff from his place and then aondoke, which was very sus, because why is she picking her stuff kutoka kwako? All this time ulisema you don't even know her. So now the stories are eventually being flipped. And it was just a lot to deal with. So eventually I applied for both universities. I ended up getting called at UN, as I said, but I didn't go because my folks were not up for it. Eventually went to where they actually did my second choice. Adjusted to life in where I had reported around the orientation week started at 24th of August of that year. So I was at a hostel and everything. It wasn't that bad and it wasn't that good. Ilikuwa tu ya kunishikilia, my parents having the issue of trying to live alone was not part of the equation. So yeah, I settled around the hostel in question, and then my roommate was a third year law student, and then her classmate was the next door, and then now the opposite roommate, when milango zinaangaliana, was someone who eventually became a close friend of mine. But that time we're like, hey, what's up, you're good, story imeishia hapo. So I was like, okay, let me get used to this and everything. So I eventually met up my roommate, saw who she was and everything, just like small talk, hey, you're going south. I met her classmate who's living in the next door. He's like, hi, we just had small talk, kila mtu akaenda njia yake. Now the person who's living opposite to us, I went and introduced myself. She was a very cool person, by the way. Hadi leo, like, God bless her soul. And we didn't become friends automatically. It took us some time, but eventually tukazoeana, and then that's how it was. Higher. So that time I adjusted, things were looking okay. I started classes, I eventually informed him that I had already moved to Nairobi, and mind you, the place where I was staying was actually around the school vicinity. And I was like, yo, by the way, if you get time, kindly, pass around and, we catch up. He's like, sir, no problem. The day eventually that we were supposed to meet up, he stood me up. Nika fume. I was really, really mad. Cast the living daylight out of him. He begged for forgiveness, gave it a pass. I told him, sir, the next time we're meeting, please make sure your schedule is free. He's like, sawa. Kambia sawa, hii siku tutapatana. Stood me up the same weekend. Mpaka now my next door, rather my opposite roommate, who happened to be my friend, was like, hey, girl, them, uko sure kweli you guys are going to meet up, or what is it? I'm like, yo, imefika? No, I don't see us, kuendelea na hii story. So eventually called in the course of the following week, and said, by the way, I want you to come to my place. I'm like, madam, sindi peke yangu. Now he's like, why? I'm like, let's go. Sawa. So eventually she had errands in the in the neighborhood. Nikamwambia sawa, I'll call you. So nikaenda kwake, I saw hairspray. Nigga is bald as an egg, like literally. Anakatu, like his head shape looks like an egg with no hair on him. And in my head I'm like, hairspray? Mwanaume. That meme of, why are you gay? That one just rang in my head. I'm like, nah, something is quite off. So I was like, I saw nail polish. I was like, I was like, yo, I have to go. He's like, hey, where are you going? Like, generally just stay. I really have to go. I'm rushing some. So I remember calling her and like, hey, madam, jikate saizi, come through. We are going back. She's like, what's up? I'm like, just come through. We need to go. We'll talk this in the hostel. So we end up talking about it. She's like, Uyu, I suspect that there's another person. So I'm like, okay, fine. So there's another person. But in my head, I was also asking myself, is this the ex that he claimed that walikuwa meachana and she had gone to pick her stuff from his place? But I brushed it off aside. Some weeks later, I got sick. I remember telling her, like, please nipeleke hosi, nasikia vibaya. So she was kind enough to take me to the Nairobi Hospital outpatient center at Galleria. Nikaenda nikaangaliwa nikarudi. I'd called him, mind you. I was like, yo, listen, I'm not feeling too well. Kindly, is it possible? Ukipata nafasi, just come through to Gallery and come see me. Nigga was like, actually, I'm not around. I have a corporate gig at Naivasha with his colleague who, you know, used to come with at Talent Day in high school. Kasema ni sawa. Story kaisha, got meds, kaendelea kupona pole pole. So on that Wednesday, I'll never forget that day. I remember getting a call from his, you know, his number. And I'm like, hey, okay, why is he calling me and yet we've not talked kwa muda since Monday? I picked up the phone. I remember it was in the evening after supper. Nikashika simu. She's like, hi. I'm like, this guy doesn't sound like this. What's up? I'm like, hi. Nani mwenzangu? She's like, are you so and so? I'm like, yeah. Could you stop kindly calling Fulani again? Like, it's now becoming a nuisance. A nuisance tena. Who are you? I've not, like, sikujui. Akanikatia simu. Then she eventually went to his WhatsApp and blocked me. Because you know, okay, you're blocked, you see, no, you don't see anybody's profile picture or status or anything. Kawa ni hivyo, nisikubembeleza mtu. I was like, let's go. It got to a point now it was getting irritating and annoying. I think he noticed the fact that I was blocked and he knew it wasn't him that alini block. So he unblocked me and then like he called me. And say, hey, what's up? Mbona ujibu, like, I'm not seeing your text. I'm like, bro, you blocked me. He's like, what? I didn't block you. I'm like, yeah, then must be that chick who called me. He's like, who? Like, there's some chick who called me with your number, told me to stay away from you and not call your number again. And then he's like, oh. So I'm like, okay. Is there something that you know I don't know? Hey, nikasema ya Rabbi. He's like, you know, it's my ex, you know. I'm like, is she there in your life or not? And so give me these flimsy excuses they've been telling me this whole time. Akakata simu. Sometime he passed by around my campus and he's like, yo, I want to see you. Like, I'm like, yeah, nitakuona. So I walked all the way from the hostel to campus. He saw me, I had a very nice black watch. He's like, hey, can I borrow your watch? I'm like, no. He really insisted. Nkamba date go after 2 days. So he went for a gig and everything. He's like, yeah, by the way, you can come pick your watch. Chick decided to apparently go through his phone again so that we were in contact. Akani block. So I ended up using now my friend who is now my opposite roommate. Tunaangaliana. And I called him. He's like, yo, listen, I want my watch. He's like, yeah, just come get it. So I just genuinely asked him, like, nilipofika nikamuuliza, like, yo, what's going on? Just be honest with me. He's like, yeah, eventually we've just been on and off. So that means the time I was actually being called by your number, she was actually in the house and she went through your phone. He's like, Sophia, don't take it vibaya nini. Nikamwambia, listen, wewe ni mtu mzima. You would have just told me from the get-go. Like, I found myself so invested, kumbe niko peke yangu.
All my days.
Haya. It's cool. He knew my mood had just changed. I just came to pick my watch and I went back. I went back to, you know, the hostel. And I kept quiet. My friend came and said, is everything okay? Unaka umejam. He's like, you know what? Atakula jeuri lake. Just wait and see. So eventually, around October, 4th of October was my birthday weekend. I remember getting sent money. I went to Galleria, bought some cake, bought some drinks, some snacks, shared around with people that I knew at the hostel. And he didn't even send a birthday message. He didn't send like anything whatsoever. It really hurt me because I'm like, yo, come on, seriously.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Now, to where the main issue was. 3 weeks later, we got into an argument. It's like, oh, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you don't pick up my calls. I'm like, don't pick up your calls. I call you kushiki simu zangu. Now you're trying to turn this shit and make me look bad. How? Nikasema sawa. Like, why you acting like a child? Seriously. This whole time, you eventually lied, and then you expect me to be okay about it or be comfortable about it. Nikaambia, mimi si panya, sionekani usiku wa mamende. Like, genuinely speaking, if you want me to be that side chick or something, I don't do side dishes type of stuff. He got really mad and started attacking me and just being a low life. He's like, oh, baby, now you inquire another umefika. You know, I bet right now you're sleeping with everybody.
You what?
I was like, hey, brethren, you know, you will never go that direction with me. You go low, I'll go hell. Period. And the fact that you even had the audacity to call me Malaya, because that's what you insinuated, it left a distaste in my mouth. I'm like, yo, we're done. He's like, where are you going? I'm like, we're done. Story imeisha. If you can create time for your boys, entertain this madness with your on and off ex, and then now still make me look like I'm dumb as hell for dealing with this madness, and yet I'm the one who's making effort in calling, in texting. You ignored my birthday. Like, what the hell is this? Like, he constantly called me a whore. I'm like, that's just crap, to be honest. I felt bad for it. I remember telling my friend, like, yo, hey, pali tumefikishana huyu. Ambia ngoja. Hii siku itafika. Just wait and see.
My God never flop. My God doesn't wear flip-flop, so he cannot flop. How?
So, I get a phone call in the morning. Saturday. I'm like, na panic. I'm like, maybe kitu imehappen nyumbani na sijui. Mind you, you usingizi asubuhi. That 6 to 7 a.m. that sleep slaps. Nikaanza kupanic. Mind you, I deleted his number a while ago. Now the problem with me, nishashika namba ya mtu often. Whether I've deleted the number or not, I'll know eventually this is you. And it was more of a cat and mouse game on unblocking, blocked. Evo sasa now unblocked him, like, to help me at unblocking at his ID. So I told him, listen, we have to find a way forwarding this. I'm tired of all these cat and mouse games in Anichosha. He's like, sir, we meet up at Galleria on Saturday around 2 to 30. We talk about this. Sawa. So Saturday asubuhi, as I said, nilikosea simu. Now 9 number. Why is he calling me in the morning? Maybe to call or cancel the whole situation. I don't know. Dada mkubwa anapigia simu. Kumbe she took the number, she took his phone, akanipigia. Hi, is this so and so? Anajifanya kama nijui, mind you already attacked me a while back. She's like, you know who you're speaking to? I'm like, I don't know. Mwenzangu. Ni nani? He's like, I'm so and so, and Fulani told me to tell you not to call this number again.
If you want to talk to me direct. Don't go through the corners.
Like, what the hell are you to say? I'm coming to you as a woman, because that was the vibe she was giving off. Like, you even look psycho for doing that. Umefiatu. Nikasema hii mambo haitaisha leo. I will drag them to hell with me. So I remember giving my friend his number to kampigia. Eventually he picked up phone call yake, and they got into a verbal exchange on phone. Akakampaka loudspeaker. Yo, like, you promised my home girl, like, you're gonna come through mupatane ino Galleria. Why you not picking up phone calls? Why she decided to exaggerate that story. Mbona mpatani, it's running late, you know, she has other things to do. Ninimba na she's like, then now person X, that person decided to thinks he was petty. He's like, who do you think you are? Started shouting at him like, wezi nyambe chochote, you know. You're just there. You're being used by her. Yeah? Now she decided to be petiana. She's like, hey, brethren, my own father does not shout at me. Who do you think you are? You're a useless human being. You're a waste of space. She's like, you know what? We are done with you. When you mwongo, when you nothing, to hell with you. Akamkata simu. Akambe Sophia, now it's done. The damage has already been done. Achana naye, move on. it really hurt me. Thank God I didn't cry, but it really hurt me. Kasema, I know what ni sawa. So she was kind enough to take me for, a nice evening, dinner, tukajibamba, just to get my mind off that whole situation. And eventually it had me for 1 week. Then I was like, it should happen. We move regardless. So, side note, that whole time this chick was trying to tell me about, this and this and this. Fulani told me to tell me to call this number again. She was the baby moms. For the man them out there, why do your baby moms look like problems? Generally speaking, majority of the guys, like 70% of the guys who have baby moms in the streets, hey, if Shida was a person,
And
like, I was looking at her, I'm like, before and after. Usually, that meme of before aromat, but with aromat. Exactly. So, but now it is now vice versa. It was with aromat and now after aromat. Because obviously, the seasoning iliisha, unakaa tu problematic. So, she thought she had, she thought she got her lick back, but I was the one who got my lick back. And I was like, Aizuru, we move. So everyone, kila mtu akaenda separate ways, was still following me on Instagram, but reached a point he unfollowed me. He started following my friend, and he's like trying to like use her so that he could get to me, but aliona she saw through the BS and was like, hey, mimi hapo simo najitoa. And after everyone went their own way, kila mtu was like, kila mtu na maisha yake. Guess what? That whole time between 2015 kuingia 2016, I didn't know that she was actually expecting. So that whole time when she was trying to deal with that, all the I come to you as a woman, because she ended up giving birth around, is it 2017? Yeah, around 2017, around, is it Feb Jan. So that means majority of 2016 she was trying to like attack me and everything. 2015 now she was trying to think that she's got a man's or something. Unaniringia mwanaume. Ole wako. Men will do what? Men will embarrass you. Pro Max. Ha. Waliachana.
Finally!
That day I've never celebrated. I'm like, hey Mungu, ulinitetea. You genuinely ulipatia kichapo proper. I was like, yeah. It was long overdue, but yes, I got my lick back. And let me tell you something. That woman looks like problems. I'm not here to attack any person, but we call it as it is. That woman looks like problems. My God. Anyway, generally speaking, I was a clown for giving so many passes, and yet there eventually like red flags were present in that whole situation, because it was a situationship. In the fact that I thought I'd liked him, but he took me for a joyride. You get? Now, the interesting bit is that nilijitoa. Hey, Mungu wangu, I was very, very happy. So around the following year, which was 2017, a couple of friends from school were planning to move out to Rongai. I was like, it was after exam, so like, yeah, they're like, let's go, we check out houses. My gut tells me you'll end up meeting this guy. I'm like brushing it off. My gut is telling me, baby girl, utapata na huyo mtu. Guess what? We eventually met her. Mimi na nikajifanya hamnazo. I didn't see you, we move. He ends up calling me, mpaka my friends were laughing. My friends walicheka. They're like, Sophia, just pick up. I'm not picking up this phone. You know what? My friend picked it up. Like, hi, tusiende na nini? He was like, can you please give the owner, mpatie simu kwa mwenye simu. Nikapewa. He's like, yani you brushed me off, yani ukajifanya unijui. Nikaambia, and that's how it will be. He's like, oh listen, I genuinely want to apologize. I know you've seen so much on Instagram. Yes, it's true, I'm a dad and everything. But could you kindly like get some time, we meet up, come to my place, we chill. I'm like, your baby mom's in Kamba, unataka nirogwe? Surely. He was shocked. Kamba brethren. No. It's not gonna happen. Eventually, that's how it was. And do I feel bad that it happened? Yes. Did I learn? Most definitely. He was now the Mwakenya for now most clown situationships. And I'm grateful that I learned a lot. Yeto alipatia, marking scheme. Yone uni ujinga, ini BS, ini ushenzi. This is the right thing, this is the wrong thing. He definitely, gave me that. But it was sad that it had to end that way because I genuinely liked him, but as I said, I think he was like, huyu tampotezea muda. But anyway, we move. We are thriving by the grace of God. We are here, alhamdulillah, and that's just about it. Anywho, if you liked that story time, if you've ever been in most clown situations, kindly share your stories in the comment section below. I will highly appreciate that. Let's laugh together, let's learn, and let us know when to smell through the crap and the BS, because it will genuinely help a lot. Anyway, that's just about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.